Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. Hello, Tucker. He said, hi, Dad. You just went outside, didn't you? Did you go outside? He said, I just went outside. This is my first video of 2021. I'm very excited. I posted a little hint on my Twitter today and on my Instagram about my big project that is coming June 1st. So I'm very excited about that. All of my friends, like in my personal life, have been texting me and they're like, what is this big project? And I'm like, I don't know that I can tell you. So anyway, let's get into today's video. I picked two meditation books. A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Wisdom, and Courage by Cindy Spiegel. This is one of my new books. And I also bought The Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday. And the reason that I'm laughing is because I just realized I left my reading glasses over on the table. So we're starting 2021 off on a good note of how I usually do things over here. All right, so let's start with A Year of Positive Thinking and see what it says. Oh God, the type is small on this too. Okay, great. January 2nd, let's see what it says. Oh, I love it. It has it in here by month. So let's get in here and see what it has to say. January. The wisdom, oh, I don't know that I can read this. Okay. The wisdom of Kintsukuraro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this. Kintsukuraroi is a kind of Japanese ceramic style. The word means to repair with gold. In the tradition, when a ceramic piece breaks, an artisan will fuse the pieces back together using liquid gold or gold-dusted lacquer. You guys, I need my reading glasses. Okay. So rather than being covered up, the breaks become more obvious, and a new piece of art emerges. Oh, I love that. From the brokenness. Kintsukuraroi embraces flaws and I'm horribly pronouncing it. Embraces flaws and imperfection, but it also teaches the essence of resilience. Every crack in a ceramic piece is part of its history, and each piece becomes more beautiful because it has been broken. You will fail. Wait, you will fall. You will fail. You will break. You will stand up and dust yourself off. You will repair yourself again and again. And eventually, though, you will be different than before. You will again become whole. You will be even more beautiful precisely because of all of this. You will be a better person because of your imperfections, not in spite of them. I love that so much. Oh my God. This book is fantastic. Don't let me forget to bring my reading glasses next time. I love that so much. I love the idea of turning, like our wounds into wisdom. Ever since I've heard Oprah say that, that's been a motto of mine, a statement of mine, that we take those things that we've gone through and we make them part of ourselves, part of our journey. When we talk about life being this journey that we're on, it's like the saying, like I said, it's like not the journey is a destination, right? That when you realize and you fully accept that this journey of life that we're on is what matters the most. When you think about like the Wizard of Oz as a journey, a agorical journey, and you think about all the things that happened to Dorothy when she was on this journey. It's like not all of the things were great, but they were part of the story. They were part of the journey. She had to learn a lot of lessons on the way. That's truly the meaning of The Wizard of Oz. It's like the lessons that Dorothy learned, through the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. She learned about how to have a heart. She learned, about courage. She learned about confidence. She learned about standing up to, negativity. All of those things, And so I think life is like that as well. But I think often we want to just ignore all of the mistakes we've made in our lives or the other stuff. We just want to ignore it and act like those things aren't part of our journey, but they are such a huge part of our journey. And it's not about embracing them and saying, well, I'm a mistake. No, it's not about that. It's about learning from the mistake, okay? People ask me a lot, you say, I want to be the best version of myself on a daily basis. How do I do that? You stay open to the learning experience that comes with the mistake, okay? To be human is to err, right? We've heard that before. So it's about being open to that, and being open to the learning experience of that, right? there was a writer that I used to read, motivational speaker. Her name was Barbara Caloroso, and she writes a lot about raising kids. And she wrote a book called Kids Are Worth It. And I read it years and years and years ago because it was a lot about parenting and family stuff and all this. I think maybe I had to read it for a class or something. Actually, I think a friend of mine recommended it to me. So in the book, there's this great lesson. I think actually I listened to like the audio tape of it like years ago. I can see myself standing in my apartment kitchen, like walking around listening to it. She's talking about how her daughter wants to make, her daughter's like 10 at the time, and she wants to make the cake for the grandmother's birthday or something like that. I don't remember the exact story. But, so they're getting ready to leave, and she's made this cake and everything or whatever, and the cake falls and like is destroyed. And so she's like upset about it. And the mom, Barbara Caloroso, this motivational speaker, is like, oh, well, what are you going to do about it? And she's like, I don't know, what should I do? And she's like, I don't know, you're the one that said you wanted to make the cake, right? And she says, well, I guess I could, go make another cake, but there's not really time for that. She's like, no, there really isn't time for that. And she's like, well, what else could we do? And she's like, I don't know, what do you think? And she goes, well, I guess we could buy a cake. And her mom's like, well, do you have enough money for that? She's like, I have enough for half a cake. She was like, maybe I could pay for half of it and you could pay for half of it and I could work it off or, whatever. And Barbara Caloroso was like, I'll pay for half the cake if you pay for the half of it. You don't have to work it off. But what's the learning experience in the future? And she's like, maybe not waiting until the very last minute to get this done, It's about teachable moments. It's about remaining teachable and allowing those moments to come. And I've had so many of those in my life, but you have to be open to the lesson, right? So, fantastic meditation. All right, let's read from the Daily Stoic. I'm going to get has a little bookmark in it. Let's go to, now I'm really excited about this one, because this one has already made me cry. Okay, January 2nd, my little bookmark in here, see? January 2nd, education is freedom. The Daily Stoic, January 2nd, education is freedom. What is the fruit of these teachings? Only the most beautiful and proper harvest of the truly educated, tranquility, fearlessness, and freedom. We should not trust the masses who say only the free can be educated, but rather the lovers of wisdom who say that only the educated, the lovers of wisdom who say that only the educated are free. Epictetus. You guys, I'm going to have to learn these names, aren't I? Why did you pick up, Discourses 2:1 through 2:3a. Why did you pick up this book? Well, to learn more about myself, to grow as a human being. Why pick up any book? To hear about somebody else's story, to engage, to escape, to learn. Not to seem smarter, not to pass time on the plane, not to hear what you want to hear. There are plenty of easier choices than reading. No, you picked up this book because you are learning how to live, because you want to be freer. Okay? Fear less and achieve a state of peace. Education, reading and meditating on the wisdom of great minds, is not to be done for its own sake. It has a purpose. Remember that imperative on the days you start to feel distracted when watching television or having a snack. Seems like a better use of your time than reading or studying philosophy. Knowledge, self-knowledge in particular, is freedom. So I guess that when I'm sitting there and I'm wanting to binge watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and eat my Burger King, that I should probably be reading philosophy at that time. Now, listen, I am such a believer in academics education and continuing education. I really, really believe in it. And not just continuing education courses that I have taken my fair share of in my life, but continuing education by reading books. And that can be anything. And I think, for a long time, I really beat myself up about what I was reading. As a literature major, I was an English major in undergrad. I really felt like I needed to be reading important novels, important books. And when I wasn't, I got into this thing where, like, after work, my friend and I, Tanya, we would go to, my good Judy Tanya Jean, we would go to the grocery store, and then, like, I would, after a meeting or whatever, and then I would pick up, like, a James Patterson book that had just come out, and I would go home, and I would sit there and just, like, tear through this book. But it brought me so much enjoyment, and it brought me so much escape, And I think that the purpose of reading should be that too. The importance of knowledge and education is about learning new things. And even if you're reading something that's not super important, like in 2020, I really fell in love with, hello Tucker, I really fell in love with reading cozy mysteries. But I learned about new people's stories. I learned about different parts of the world by doing that, you know? I sharpened I think reading anything sharpens your skills and logic, you know, and makes you sharper. My husband, when he gets up in the morning, he plays this game Township. Like, it's literally the first thing he does. He wakes up and he picks up his phone and starts playing Township. And so this morning, I said to him, I think it's so cute. That's the first thing that you do in the morning. He goes, yeah, well, it wakes me up. It makes me alert to play this game, you know? So I think that knowledge and lessons come in many different ways, you know? So no, I'm not a big believer that we have to read philosophy 24 hours a day. And I think that we would be very boring if we did, you know? I think there's a lot of philosophy to be found in the Real Housewives or in Cozy Mysteries if you look for it, right? I think we learn about all kinds of things and all kinds of people in different ways, you know? It's about not shutting ourselves off to the lesson. So anyway, I'm loving these books. I'm loving these meditations. No, I'm not going to start reading philosophy 24 hours a day. There was a time that I think that maybe that would be an ideal of mine, you know, to be so philosophical and stoic, so the book is called, or esoteric. I don't have that dream today. I don't really care if I'm not philosophical. I don't have the need to be seen that way so much, you know. But anyway, let me know what you think about those in the comment section below. Happy New Year. I love you, and I will see you. What's going on? And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.